Shalom, shalom. So this is our study on Sirach, also known as Ecclesiastes. This is chapter 2. So if you follow along, we're going to read a little bit and talk a little bit about it. But it starts with, my son, if you come to serve the Lord, prepare your soul for temptation. Set your heart correctly, constantly endure. So it's basically telling you in the first two verses that if you come to serve the Most High, you got to set your heart for temptation. You got to prepare yourself because temptation is going to come. And it's going to come to prepare you to go to a better place and a better place than where you are right now. We're all going to go through temptation. Temptation is not sin. Temptation is something that we have to go through to be able to persevere and to make this earthly vessel better than what it already is. Well, not better than it already is. We're already kind of dirt to start with, right? But it says, and do not hurry in time of calamity. Cling to him and do not depart, that you may be increased at your latter end. Accept whatever is brought on you, and be patient when you suffer humiliation. So humiliation is coming, suffering is coming, right? Patience is something that we must have. We always was told, do not pray for patience. But if you don't pray for patience, you never possess your soul. The book says those who have patience possesses their soul, and we have to have patience. That's something we need. So yes, patience does come through persevering through something, but it's also a thing that we have to have. For gold is tried in the fire and acceptable to men in the furnace of humiliation. Put your trust in him, and he will help you and make your way straight. You ain't going to make your way straight by yourself. You got to trust in the Most High for him to do that. And set your hope on him. All you who fear the Lord, wait on his mercy and do not turn aside, lest you fall. All you who fear the Lord, put your trust in him, and put your reward will not fail, and your reward will not fail. All who fear the Lord, hope for good things, and continuously gladness and mercy. All who fear the Lord, right? So fear is the beginning of wisdom. Understanding that our Father is the same relationship as a father here on earth. It's not so much of a fear of everything's bad, right? So a lot of times we get fear and we think that it's always just a bad, negative thing. No, fear is also a reverence thing. So you reverence the Most High the same way you would a father. In the same way a father may correct you is in the same way a father would give you something to eat and do everything else that he possibly could do for you, right? Look to the generations of old and see, whoever has put the trust in the Lord and was ashamed, or who remained in the fear and was forsaken, or who called on him and he despised him. For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy. He forgives sins and saves in the time of affliction. Woe to the fearful hearts to faint hands, and to the sinner that goes two ways. Woe to the faint heart, for it does not believe. Therefore I will not be defended. Woe to you who have lost your patience. Once again, patience. We gotta have patience, and that's something we have to have. We may not like the way we get it, but patience is something that we need throughout our day-to-day basis. If you ever seen a man or a woman without patience, you see someone who operates in a spirit of anger and a spirit of just wide openness where there's no peace whatsoever. In order to have peace is you have to have patience. And in order to have patience is you have to go through things. And what will you all do when the Lord visits? Who will fear the Lord and will not disobey his words? Those who love him and keep his ways. Those who fear the Lord will seek his good pleasure. And those who love him will be filled with the law. Those who love them will be filled with what law? Well, when we start looking at law, once again, we go back to the first 5 books of the Bible that everybody has told you throughout your whole life is done away with, and that is the law. Those who love him will keep his law. Moses was never the creator of the law. Moses wrote it down. The law has always been from the Most High, and it's always been something that we have to do in order to love him. Now, you can twist and manipulate it any way you want to say that you don't have to do those things. Many has and many will. The book says that that's going to happen. But if you read throughout the Bible, read throughout the Apocrypha, everything always points to the law. And it's not the law of Moses, it's the law of the Most High that Moses was just a custodian of. And those who fear the Lord will prepare their hearts and will humble their souls in his sight. And we will fall into the hands of the Lord and not into the hands of men. For as his majesty is, so also is his mercy, right? So how great he is so also how merciful he is. Same with a father, is you have that fear for a father, but you also know that a father is someone who is merciful, someone who is understanding, right? That's the relationship that we must have to go back to with the Father. Is there's a lot of times people run around now, they have no fear, no reverence of the Most High. They have no reverence of his ways, have no reverence of his law, no reverence of his Torah, his prophets, or anything. And you see their lives, how it goes worse and worse and worse and worse, right? But the only way we get through this life is hiding under the wings of the Most High, is coming under his covering and coming under his majesty. So that was chapter 2. We'll keep going. Bless y'all. Shalom, shalom.